Come now, Alice. It's only a dream.
It's not a dream, it's a memory. And it makes me sick.
Now, focus. Wait. You're floating again. Weightless. A cipher. Relax.
I'm in hell.
Forget it. Abandon that memory. It's unproductive. Go to Wonderland.
I can't. I'm trapped.
No, Alice. Discard that delusion. Forget it. Go to Wonderland.
I'd rather not, Doctor.
Now, Alice.
My
Where are
Wonderland's
you?
shattered. I'm sailing with a friend. It's different somehow. Things have changed.
Change is good. It's the first link in the chain of forgetting.
What's happening? Are you mad?
I'm not mad.
Rabbit,
That's not right. What's he doing?
is something wrong?
Something wrong?
Don't struggle, Alice. Let the new Wonderland emerge.
Corruption? It's killing me. Wonderland is destroyed. My mind is in ruins.
Forget it, Alice. Block that dream. Wake at the sound. There, Alice. Better now, aren't we?
My head's exploded and there's a steam hammer in my chest.
Yes, well, the cost of forgetting is high.
My memories make me vomit. What can I
Forgetting a
do?
dream of
I want to forget. I choose to be alone, imprisoned by their broken memories.
I'll set you free, Alice. Memory is a curse more often than a blessing.
So you've said many times, and
And I will say again, the past must be paid for.
Oh, is that camera on? Oh, hello. Hello, everyone. It's your boy Osimo. How's it going? How's it going? Get a little round of applause, please. Nothing? Ah, there we go. That's what I like. Yeah. Got my boy here. So anyways, welcome to the show. Welcome back to the Atomic Friends. And today we are reviewing American McGee's at Alice Madness Returns. Alice Madness Returns was released in the middle of 2011 by Electronic Arts. It is the sequel to 2001. Wow. Holy but goody. It's a sequel to 2001's American McGee's Alice. It was developed by the now defunct Spicy Horse Studio, defunct as far as I can tell in my research, but that was founded by American McGee himself. There had been many rumors of a sequel following the original game's release. There were even talks of an American McGee's Oz game that was never realized. And a supposed movie adaptation for the first game was a rumor, or maybe even shopped around for a few years, but that too was never realized. I guess they would give it to some mouse-owned company that would butcher the storyline with their own little smear on the canon of Alice in Wonderland and Looking Glass. But we won't talk about that because we don't want to get sued. So after a while, it seemed like there was never going to be another sequel to the first Alice game. It kind of languished for a good while. So yeah, as it seems, there's always been a lot of hype and a rumor that has surrounded this short-lived game series. And if you look up information on a third installment that has kind of swirled the toilet bowl of the internet. The same rumor continues to this day. Alice Madness Returns was at long last realized after about a decade from the original's release. And so who knows, it's been over a decade since Madness Returns, so maybe we'll see third installment also materialize. So here's to that idea, because I really like this game and I anticipated the sequel for a long time, but never got the chance to play it. Anyway, so the other day, we were just kind of scrolling the Xbox store or Microsoft store, or whatever they call it, the digital buying mechanism on the Xbox. And lo and behold, there it is, Alice Madness Returns. So we ended up picking that up, pretty sweet price, and get it for the Xbox Series X. And yeah, this is a game that I really missed playing when it first came out, and so this has been a real treat for me. And this game being backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X, it ran pretty damn smooth, I'll tell you what. So yeah, this game has a very unique world. It's darkly beautiful. So yeah, I'm really into the entire aesthetic of the game, being like this kind of Victorian steampunk nightmare. So yeah, let's go down the rabbit hole. Yeah, you like that, right? And dive right into this one. So now for our review. Oh yeah, and we'll be starting off with my boy Noodles, the Noodle Man, the Noodle Dude. So yeah, thank you for coming, and we'll see you later.
Whoa, hello everyone, it's me, your boy Noodles. Hey, well, I guess I was stealing Oswald's line. It's just me, Noodles. So so I chased the white rabbit, or in the case of this game, the Cheshire Cat around this time. And so yeah, the game picks up sometime after the first game. The year is 1875, and Alice now lives in an orphanage in Victorian London. So yeah, she is the ward of the goodly Dr. Angus Bumby. Yeah, so anyways, he's an early psychiatrist who has been experimenting with hypnotic therapy on his patients. His patients being little orphan kids. So there's that. And experimenting is right because the good doctor is trying to use hypnosis to rid them of their pesky memories. Their trauma memories, but still. He's like trying to brainwash these kids. So that's very suspect. So yeah, Alice is 19, and she's, as far as I know, the oldest ward of the orphanage. As far as I can tell. She's kind of the big sister to a lot of the younger wards, and while many of them look up to her, you see a couple of them kind of trashing her behind her back, and when she leaves the doctor's office at one point. So they're a lot of two-faced kids at this orphanage. They're little scumbags. I mean, whatever. She's in a session with the psychiatrist, and Alice relives a traumatic event where her flashback of her entire family perishing tragically in a house fire. She is also enlisted by the orphanage staff to run an errand. I think she has to go pick up some pills in the seedy streets of Victorian London. And you see all manner of squalor and filth that is associated with Victorian society back in the day. Yeah, and you even see some creepy characters in the background that look like they may be even watching you, from the shadows. And you also see this cat. He has this familiar look about him. And Alice being Alice, being the mad woman she is, she decides to throw caution to the wind and decides to follow the cat down a shady, dark alley. And so there's that. And I remember this old lady asked Alice to accompany her to her flat. And they're on the roof, and this evil old dame tries to blackmail Alice, saying that she knows Alice is responsible for her parents' death or something, that she started the fire. And yeah, it's pretty crazy because then Alice starts mixing reality with hallucinations, and you know, this old lady starts to turn into this abomination. And Alice, I don't know, I think she kind of killed this old lady. I swear, she threw her off the roof, if I remember right. But yeah, I think she might have killed this lady. But yeah. So yeah, the story is nice and dark, and after these events, Alice begins to slip entirely into her Wonderland persona, and yeah, this is pretty brilliant, and it's a nice setup because the game progresses. As it progresses, you cannot tell if this is all a dream from a tragically deranged mind. Sorry. Ugh, nasty. And she learns from the Cheshire Cat that the world that she once saved in the last game has become corrupted once again. It's being corrupted by an outside force that they don't know who's responsible. And all of her buddies are either suffering or have themselves become profane versions of themselves. So yeah, some outside force has demented the denizens of Wonderland, and somehow the unhinged Queen of Hearts, yeah, that old bird, she somehow survived her last encounter with Alice, which we thought ended with her demise, but apparently not. So yeah, we must progress through Wonderland to see who is responsible for the infernal train that has been running through the land, spreading its filth and corruption throughout Wonderland, turning it into, kind of a early industrial age, kind of London steampunk aesthetic over the already kind of LSD-induced madness that is normal Wonderland. Okay, I guess I'm buying it. All right, I'm buy the ticket. Take the ride. So, anyways, yeah. So yeah, this game is third-person perspective, and it has a fairly decent character controls. And you have your typical run, jump, dodge, and attack. And she has a few powers that she picks up along the way. Pretty close to the beginning of your adventure in Wonderland, Alice gains the ability to shrink herself down. She drinks that little drink me stuff. And then, she's doing drugs again. Yeah. I don't think the therapy's helping. Anyways, she shrinks herself down in order to gain access to what would not normally be traversable in her, normal size. And it also gives her, like, this sort of detective sight ability found in many games, like, the Arkham games. Or scanning ability and, Cyberpunk 2077, to name just a couple of examples. So yeah, the combat is, your typical kind of old school fare, and quite frankly, I kind of like it that way. Got a little platformer action here, and you can target with one of the bumper buttons, and it also makes for a fairly effective dodging. You will often be fighting multiple characters at once, and sometimes from different ranges. This is kind of when it gets a little funky here. When you're battling multiple enemies, it gets a little clunky, but it's never outright game-breaking. The targeting system, and pretty early on, you find Alice's weapon, her weapon du jour, the Vorpal blade, which looks kind of like an engraved butcher knife at first, or some big kitchen knife. But yeah, it's pretty cool when she gets it. It's like this cool ceremonial thing.
I've not come back here looking for a fight.
When the cat shows up.
That's a pity.
But yeah, I like the look of it, and it's pretty cool. And you also get this ranged weapon in the form of a pepper grinder. It kind of operates like an old Gatling gun, and you can pepper these hidden pig snouts that you hear and you kind of hunt for. There's fun little puzzles in this game. There are other weapons that you pick up along the way. Some of them also, like double down on the, clockwork remote remote bomb. And you can also use it to distract enemies or weigh down the pressure plates. You know, this is one of the many ways to solve some of the fun little puzzles throughout Wonderland. You know, they're pretty fun. They're neither too hard nor too basic. But yeah. So yeah, your health bar is made up of roses, and as you get low in health, you gain the Hysteria ability. This makes you a little more dangerous for a short amount of time. And while the combat in the camera can sometimes be frustrating, it's certainly not a deal breaker. It's also good to remember. It's also a good thing to remember that you know, this game is over a decade old, and you know, throughout your sojourn in Wonderland, you find memories scattered throughout to help you kind of fill Alice's backstory. You know, with her poor beleaguered mind and to her past. And another thing that you find along the way, you collect these teeth. Yeah, you're going around carrying a bunch of teeth in your pocket. You need gold teeth too. And yeah, you use these teeth to pay for weapon upgrades. Yeah, it's pretty gross, but and kind of creepy. So yeah, you know, I kind of like it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So let's move on to graphics and sound, and we'll have Doodles show up, and he'll talk to you guys for a little bit. So yeah, say hi to Mr. Doodles. You know, good seeing you all. Hey, hi Keanu. Oh, bye. Later. Hey, dude, you're on.
Oh, hey everybody, hey man. Sorry, I was just doing a little light reading here. Okay, sorry about that, Noodle. Anyways, hello, it's old Doodles here. So yeah, I'm here to talk about the graphics here and the sound here in this old Alice game. Sorry, the little stand here is a little tricksy. So yeah, we played this game on the Xbox Series X. So I ran and looked about as good as you're gonna get. So yeah, it was a lot better than bad, mama. So yeah, the graphics are decade old, and I just want to say that they still hold up pretty nice in my humble opinion. They held up pretty good. So okay. So yeah, they held up pretty good. The game ran pretty smooth, and none of us really had a problem with it, aside from you know, sometimes the camera would get in the way from time to time. So yeah, I thought that was pretty. It could be pretty distracting sometimes. That old camera. And hey there, Keanu. How you doing? So yeah, there were some odd textures here, and which, you know, kind of stand out because of how awesome and interesting the rest of the world looked. But all in all, this game was such a unique and mushroom-induced trippy style that I thought, you know, really makes you was really nice mix that the game makers decided to present to us. You don't see people taking chances on this nowadays with these unique environments and the strange graphical decisions here that they made. Very artistic, very cool. I thought the cutscenes and that 2D paper cutout, I thought they looked pretty good, and they were used to great effect to advance the story, to move the story right along, and yeah, they went well with the dark storytelling of this game. And you know, like Noodles, Mr. Noodles said earlier, there was a creepy aesthetic to all of Wonderland, and you know, at first it's kind of more of that colorful. When you first arrive there in Wonderland, it's kind of more of that colorful Wonderland from the story. You know, it's all wondrous and delightful, and you know, hence the name, right? But yeah, sooner or later it starts becoming, you know, when that infernal train shows up, it becomes more of a like clockwork steampunk industrial fever dream, and it's dark and dreary, and even Alice's clothes begin to match. She starts to look a little more gothy, like she listens to The Cure and maybe some of that 9 Inch Nails or something. Yeah, well, she kind of looks like that. You know, the characters look really cool, and you know, she looks like that girl who used to work at the Hot Topic, you know, when you were a kid, right? Yeah, yeah. She also kind of reminds me of this woman that, you know, kind of set your bed on fire, you know, with you in it. Yeah, kind of reminds me of her a little bit. Oh, wait. What was I talking about again? So yeah, sorry, I went somewhere for a moment there and I kind of lost myself along the way. Let me paw through this here script here and let me look at my notes here. Okay, yeah. So what was I talking about? The characters, yeah. The Cheshire Cat, he looks like an emaciated dealer of illicit substances, like some joker out of Night City, right? Right, oh Keanu? Right? Hey! So yeah, he looks like a, you know, like a dealer of something bad, some bad stuff. Anyways, you know, Alice just takes this guy's word as gospel, and I'm not too sure about making life choices on the advice of some guy with facial tattoos. But you know, that's just me, right? You know, call me old-fashioned, but I'm not taking the advice of some cat that looks like Post Malone. Just saying, man. This cast here is creepy and dark, just like the story. And there's some dark stuff that happens later in the game, but that is a spoiler. So yeah, I don't want to spoil the end of the game for you. But wow, man. Dark doesn't even begin to cover it. So the graphics are pretty decent. And thinking back on the time that you know, this game was originally supposed to port to PlayStation 2, but ended up on the PlayStation Store as a digital game for the PS3. So yeah, graphics kind of went underappreciated in its time, and you know, but I'm telling you that they're pretty nice and unique for 2011. So yeah, let's move along to sound. Let's talk about the sound for a little bit. So yeah, the the music in this game, it's pretty great, and it's very atmospheric and mysterious, and it really fits the ambience of the settings pretty perfect, and it, you know, kind of really pulled me into the game here. The main theme of the game kind of gets stuck in my head for days when I hear it, and you know, it's that kind of devilish violin and chimes will torment and obsess me like some heartless specter, you know, that terrorizes you while you're trying to doze off at night. You know, just like the story, the graphics, the soundtrack is also pretty unique, very trippy, and kind of haunting. So yeah, let's just listen to a few tracks from within the game here. Let's take a moment of silence and have a listen here.
Hey, what's the matter with this song? Oh, that was my head. Oh, my eyeballs. Oh. Hi. You like that, buddy?
Well, I hope you enjoyed having a listen there. Some stranger broke into my studio here and kind of roughed me up a little bit. One of them big feet. Those boys are crazy. So yeah, the voice cast puts in a fair performance, with some of the standouts being the Cheshire Cat and Alice herself. The sound effects in the combat pretty standard and generic, and you know, nothing really stands out, but nothing is glaringly awful either. So yeah, let's get back to Osimo and see what our impresario has to say for us in terms of the conclusions. It says concussions here, which I think I have one, but conclusions and the ratings. So back to you, Osimo. Back to you.
Wonderland.
All right, so good to see you guys back. To summarize our feelings towards Alice Madness Returns, this game is a hidden gem that we found on the Microsoft Store on the Xbox Series X. It is also available on the Steam platform, if I'm correct, and it comes with the original American McGee's Alice to boot, and is currently included on the Xbox Game Pass, if I'm correct, as well. So that's pretty sweet. This game received mediocre reviews when it first debuted over a decade ago, and sorry, Keanu. Well, anyways, while there are some graphical and gameplay hiccups here and there, this game truly is a diamond in the rough. So the first American McGee Alice and Madness Returns and its sequel are more worthy successors. Man, I cannot talk today. Let's do that again. The first American McGee Alice game and Madness Returns its sequel are more worthy successors. I did it again. Oh my god, I did it again. Successors to the Alice in Wonderland and Looking Glass stories than those awful Tim Burton movies. Like these are much better than those movies, man. And you could argue with me all you want, but you would be wrong. Whoa. Did he just move? Stop moving, Keanu. Blowing my shot, bro. Okay, and also, you can argue all you want, and you'd be wrong. And you're also arguing with a puppet, so maybe you should take stock of yourself on both accounts. On both accounts there, buddy. Just saying. So, back to the game and our conclusion. And our conclusion is that the gameplay is fun, and the combat is much improved over the previous game. It has decent platformer mechanics, and while the puzzles can get a little tiresome towards the end, it's still a pretty fun game. And the music is magnificent, atmospheric, and I hear tell there's a rumor that this was Chris Vrenna, who composed the soundtracks of both Alice and Madness Returns. And yes, that is Chris Vrenna, the former drummer of Nine Inch Nails and other great 90s industrial rock bands. And so there's that. The voice acting in the game is serviceable, and it takes the game as a whole takes about 20 to 30 hours to finish, depending on your play style. And so that's and then that's if you don't go down the nostalgic path and start playing the original American McGee's Alice. So yep, there's that. So let's rate this one up. So we are giving Alice Madness Returns an overall rating of 8 out of 10. So that's pretty good. The unique nature of this game really sold us on it. And when I say unique, I mean that in every way. The story, the sound, and the graphics are unlike anything being made by the gaming industry today. And this came out over a decade ago. So, with that said, whether you should buy it, play it, or spend any of your hard-earned money and time on it, someone get us a drum roll, please. Oh no. We at the Atomic Friends give this one a solid 4 out of 4 thumbs up. That's right, we're giving it all the thumbs up, baby. Giving them all thumbs up. Me and the boys. So yeah, this game is priced cheap, and we've seen it on sale from time to time. Really, this is a buy, sale or not. This game rocks pretty hard. So, all in all, the story has a very, very dark ending, and you just don't see games like this anymore. I'm sorry to sorry to say, my friends and viewers here, we live in a very, very watered down world, and the gaming industry has also been affected by the same trend. So, I would love to see more developers taking chances on games with unique stories and unique designs. This is something we used to see in the past, and we don't see very often outside of indie studios nowadays. Big studios have kind of settled into their pattern and the IPs that they have, and they don't stray too far from that. So there's that. I mean, this came from EA Games, if I remember right. They actually are the one who put this out. So yeah, suffice to say, there's never been a third to this one. But I guess in today's volatile economic climate, and can we blame them at the same time? I don't know. When I think about it, Square, which is one of my favorite studios, they've taken some chances here and there with this mainline games, and even developed some more unique and at least non-typical fare with the Bravely series, the Octopath Traveler title, and the more recent Triangle strategy, that we hopefully will review one day. Speaking of the Switch, we're going to be mixing up our consoles pretty soon, going down the Switch path, going down the Nintendo town for a little while. So with that said, we at the Atomic Friends are always playing games, and we'll bring you more reviews in the future. So give us a like and a thumbs up if you enjoyed the review. Big old thumbs up. Let's see it. There it is. Thumbs up. And I guess give us a thumbs down if you didn't like it, and if you just don't like puppets. But just remember, brother, that those puppets might not like you either. They might give you a stinky thumbs down. Right, Nazgul. Subscribe, hit that bell, and to get updates on the new reviews by us here at the Atomic Friends. So, thank you everyone, and goodbye. Bye.